Yeah, so Live and Let Live is really a global peace movement. Hasn't kicked off yet. We're kicking it off next March of 2023. And look, if you agree with the phrase live and let live, you're going to love the movement. First thing I want to point out, we don't care why you agree with the phrase. If you agree with the phrase because you're a Christian or you're a Muslim or you're an objectivist or maybe you like natural law, there's social contract, whatever. If you like the phrase live and let live, you're going to love the movement. We're really simple. We got two things we talk about, live and let live. What does it mean to live? Well, it means that you should be in charge of yourself. You're the captain of your ship. You are in charge of your own life. What does that mean? It means you own your body, property, money, and time. I like to say it as you should be the iron-fisted dictator of you. You run your life. You're in charge of you. Does that mean we can't sort of say anything about what you should do? No. We got things to say in our movement, Live and Let Live. We call this our moral principle, and we describe it with a very short phrase. How about you just be a good human? You know what that means. Yeah, we may have some arguments around the edges, but we define it in the Live and Let Live movement. We're going to tell you what we are suggesting here in terms of being a good human. What we mean here is open-mindedness, and I mean open-mindedness on everything. You should be happy to have your views changed on something. Don't take anything off the table. Be open-minded on every conclusion that you have. Also, tolerance. Let's tolerate other people. People live different, they look different, they think different. No problem. Let's be tolerant of how other people choose to live their lives. Also, voluntary kindness, the real kind, the kind that you do because it comes from your heart, not coerced kindness, but voluntary kindness. And civility towards other people. Can we agree to disagree? Can we not call each other names? Can we have a rational discussion? We want to lead by being the adults in the room. We care about facts and truth wherever they lead us and rational inferences from those facts. What we care about here is what's the truth, wherever it goes, whether it comports with what we already believe or not. In building high levels of trust with other human beings. Those are all your good relationships, the ones where you have a high level of trust. The ones that are bad, those are the ones with a low level of trust. Why do we care about this moral principle? Well, because what we care about in this space is optimizing human happiness and well-being and minimizing suffering. That's the moral principle, right? You're completely free to ignore it. You can be intolerant, closed-minded, unkind towards other people. You may say, Mark, I don't care about building high levels of trust so long as you follow one other mandate. What's that? We say, let live, right? No, live means you're in charge of you. So what does let live mean? It means you got to let other people be in charge of themselves. They are the iron-fisted dictators of them. How do you violate that rule? Well, you violate that by aggressing against another person. This gives rise to our legal principle. We describe it simply with the phrase, don't be an aggressor. What do we mean by aggression? Aggression is an initiation of force against another person or their property. It's also engaging in fraud or coercion or doing anything that puts another person in danger. And we say in the Live and Let Live movement, nobody gets any free pass from the don't be an aggressor rule. We don't care what color your skin is or where you're born or who you love or what you celebrate or whether you're religious or non-religious. Don't care. Nobody gets to violate the don't be an aggressor rule. And you don't even get to violate it if you form a little group, right? A small group, a big group, whether you're a corporation or even a government. Why would we ever want the government to aggress against anybody? Sure, they can defend us. Anybody can defend you. You can defend yourself. That's a response, to a justified response to another person's initiation of force. So you've got the moral principle, right, which is, look, you're in charge of yourself. You're in charge. You run your life. But we're saying some things here. We're saying be a good human. Then you got the legal principle. These are the kinds of rules that if you violate, we're going to do something to you. You could go to jail for violating one of these rules. And what we're saying here is just simply don't be an aggressor. If this makes sense to you, notice I didn't say anything about my personal opinions about anything, because they don't matter. We're trying to get to peace here. It isn't about my personal opinion about how I should run my life. It's about I get to make these decisions for me. You get to make those decisions for you. Sure, we can make suggestions with each other. If people want to be peaceful jerks, as you might say, or act in ways that are really horrible and bad and negative, fine. We got to put up with them. They're not part of our movement, but as long as they don't aggress, they should be left alone. So there it is. Live and let live in a nutshell.